heading to Bradgate Park. Slightly changing it up this week with a video diary while running. So I'm currently just coming up to 10 miles. Just been around the park a couple of times. It's my third loop. I thought it was actually going to be really dry today, so I'm running today and not tomorrow like normal, because especially pissing it down a bit tomorrow. So how has week 9 been? Well, it's been relatively uneventful, to be honest. I've been in London working for the first half of the week, which obviously puts a dent in the running, but still managed a couple of 5 milers. What I have found is that the recovery after doing the 12-14 milers on the Friday are taking their toll. So my HRV is nowhere near as good as it could be, but it's the same as anything. When you do longer stuff, it's the recovery that helps or improves your health, not the actual doing of the running. Whew. I'll tell you one thing though, when soaking wet feet doesn't put you in the best mood. So as far as fasting for the week, after last week's enforced fasting, this week's not been too good. That said, that's fine. The reality is you can't really fast and do a long run, so it's effectively, today was going to be a fasting day, but with the weather tomorrow, as I say, meant that I had to get knocked on the head. Weight wise, I'm still losing weight. It kind of bounced up obviously after last week's stomach bug. I think I'm still about 10 pounds down from my starting weight in January. The next video obviously will be another 1 month weigh in and a video to see how different my body is. I may compare it to either the first video or the one from last month. I haven't quite decided yet. The big news, I guess, decided to pick a challenge for the year. So last year, a friend of mine, she mentioned doing a run across Hadrian's Wall. To which my wife went, "Oh yeah, great idea," and I went, "Nah." But after this year's big push for trying to keep fit, decided it might be a good idea. So that's going to be the big aim, which is kind of the reason for this massive increase in running as well, because that's going to be an 86 miler. Now, the original plan was to do it over a couple of days, but I'm keen on doing it in 24 hours, which is probably mental. It's certainly be a lot longer than I've ever run before in my life, with very little to no support. So 2 or 3 of us are going to be doing it, so we might be able to muster enough between us to form a stretcher, worst comes to worst. But yeah, that would be a nice one to film and see how we go with that. But yeah, next week it's not going to be much different to this really. Quite funny really, when you run in general, certainly dressed like this, people do tend to think you're a bit of a head case. But if you want to really look like a head case, you're talking about a frigging GoPro. That totally sets you apart from looking like a complete head case. Right, so next week the plan is pretty much the same as this. Obviously we're moving into March. The plan will be to increase some strength really, but I think I'm going to struggle with that just because I say that new target of Hadrian's Wall running means no matter how much muscle weight I do, it's probably just going to fall off from the cardio. Oh, soaking wet feet again. Lovely. No matter what I do, even pumping in protein powders, which I'm not the biggest fan of, if I'm honest. Not because they cause me digestive issues, more because I feel like a waste of money, and anything isolated is generally not a good thing. Oh, absolutely soaking feet now. Never mind. Right. Nice and quiet here today though. That is one big plus. Yeah, make sure I get some food in me. Found these to be really good. These are from Lidl. They got pretty much nothing in it but dates and cashew. So I'm trying to eat one of those every hour. So just coming up to hour 2 now. So I'll smash another one of them down. I'm knackered, rarely do feel as though I'm about to hit the wall. Not something I really enjoy. It does make you realise that the plan of 86 miles or more at the point, 24 hours of running, it's gonna be tricky when I'm getting like 2.5, 3, and I'm beginning to bunk out. Not good. Get some nice views from here. I'm reading books, looking at podcasts and ultramarathon runners and all that kind of jazz. And there seems to be this huge popularity for Zone 2. And you see, I have to say, long distance in Zone 2 is bollocks. So I'm, as you see, I was barely jogging, and I am at heart rate 153. Puts me in Zone 4. I mean, I am knackered, but I don't know, I'm a bit dubious about all these people saying, oh yeah, Zone 2 all the way, you can walk and talk, or you can talk but you wouldn't want to. Either I'm just insanely unfit, I accept that, perfectly possible, or it's just bollocks. So St John's Tower, probably one of the most filmed things in Leicestershire. I think we're in Leicestershire, or Derbyshire, I think we're in Leicestershire still. A memorial, some kind of folly, don't really know much about it, should do really. Anyway, right to the car park, we're at 13.5, it's going to be at 15 all the way back. So it's 15 miles done, just shy of 3 hours. It's a long way to go. To be fair, it's a long way to go to the car, so I don't know where I am in relation to the car. But yeah, it's not been much fun running through this stuff. Nevertheless, all part of the joys. God, you can't fucking believe this.